We see a sword spinning under the moon, and a person grabbing it and cutting down another in front of them. Other slashes follow the first one. A young person has tears streaming down their blood-covered face. Someone laughs as they say, "Weren't you supposed to be the head of the Xiongwu clan, yet you're only using techniques from the Qinshang and Jiangshang clans? Have you forgotten the 3 swords of Xiongwu or something?" It seems they only teach those techniques up to the 3rd son. The one saying this is the leader of the demonic blood cult, the illusory blood demon, Du Tang. He points to a person behind him who happens to be the 3rd son of the Xiongwu clan, the former clan head, Xianwoki. And I forgot, what a sick wretch, taking out his own people. I wouldn't expect anything less from those flying dragon guys. How about this child? Yes, it seems I made the right choice. We see a girl standing in front of him. The man says, "Finish this child in the same brutal way you did the others, last patriarch of the Xianwu clan, Xianwo Jin." The girl in front of him is Xianwu Yonha, of the Xianwu clan. The boy looks back and sees a vision of those who are already gone. "I'm sorry, squad leader. It seems I can't be like you," he thinks. "Jin, are you feeling sorry for yourself again? I always tell you this, but you did your best. That's enough. The results aren't your responsibility. Lift your head." Hearing this, he thinks, "Squad leader, you said that if someone doesn't give up until the end, even when defeated, that person isn't a loser, right? If that's the case, I'll do everything I can, until the very end. If I'm captured by them, I'll just become another one of Du Tang's puppets. Then, someday, he'll make the leader do what I'm doing. I can't let that happen. Yes, if I'm going to go out, it's better to go out by my own hands." Du Tang, realizing what he is about to do, says, "You? What are you trying to do?" He says, "You might be able to take me down, but you won't get to use my body. I won't let things end like this. I'll become a ghost and come for you." Du Tang screams as he plunges the sword into his own body. His vision blurs and he thinks, "I wish I had tried harder in this life. I shouldn't have distanced myself from my brothers just because I didn't want to get into conflicts with them. I wish I had used more of my potential. Hey, you wretch!" That voice, he thinks, hearing a voice. "Jin, is there something you'd like to say?" We see an overweight boy kneeling. He is standing in front of a man and other people are watching. He thinks, "Is this a dream? I haven't seen my father since that day 10 years ago." The person in front of him is the patriarch of the Xianwu clan, Xianwu Zhong. "Bye!" What? He looks at his hand and notices he is bound. If you're not going to say anything, it means you admit that you were the one who took out your brother-in-law. Brother-in-law? I took out Dan Ha Sang. He was my only friend, but he passed away more than 10 years ago. It was chaotic because we had a lot to drink that day, but I never had a reason or the ability to do that to him. Are you telling me I went back to the day I was blamed for my friend's passing? I don't remember, he says. You fool, do you think that's an adequate answer? How do you think I should apologize to the head of the Dan clan? Should I get rid of you and send your body to him? 3 people are watching. These are the eldest son, Xianwo, Sung, the second son, Xianwo, Roruki, and the 4th son, Xianwo, Gai. How about we cripple him and then send him over? That way they can take out all their grief on him, says the second son. The eldest son also suggests, we could just kick him out. The Dan clan will take care of him after that. The 4th son says, why don't we send him to the front lines? The Alliance asked us to send someone from the direct bloodline anyway. Since he's going to meet his end anyway, why don't we make him useful? Yes, that way you guys won't have to go to war, he thinks. The demonic cult's battlefront refers to the border where we were at war with the demonic cult that took over Yunnan. 10 years ago, the Murium Alliance and the demonic blood cult had a war. It was called the Great Orthodox Blood War. The Murium Alliance barely managed to stop the demonic cult from expanding into Zhangan, but they couldn't do anything about Yuanan. After that, they gathered Martia at Nair. However, that's an old story. They're barely managing to hold on at that battlefield, forcing children from the direct lineage of various martial clans to go to the front lines. I wasn't supposed to be chosen since I have no martial arts skills, but because of what they think I did, they have a reason to send me there. There's no better outcome for them. I think one of them planned all of this. My father decided to send me to the battlefield. It was the same conclusion he reached in my memories from when I was 21. From a cell, he stares at the moon. Tonight, 2 people will visit me. This time, I need to find out the truth. Jin, are you okay? Asks Xiongwu Yongha. I'm fine. And you? She replies. I'm fine. I believe you weren't the one to blame. Jin thinks I cried and thanked her when she said that in my past life, then replies, "You're right, Yonha. I'm not the one to blame." She seems startled. Jim notices and questions. "What is it?" she says. "I was just wondering why you're so sure," he says. "There's no reason for me to want to take out my only friend, your fiancé. More importantly, he and I were sitting on opposite sides, but the sword I didn't take with me was in his back." "I see, Jin. Why didn't you tell our father that?" "I thought it would be better to just go to the battlefield. When I was younger, I lost my mother and couldn't receive support from her family. I was forced to survive on my own. I was called a genius thanks to my excellent memory, but I was forced to pretend to be a fool to survive. However, that act backfired. By the time I realized it, I saw that I had really become an idiot. An idiot who just laughed even when called the shame of the family. That's how I was. To change, I need to get out of here and meet him on the battlefield. The person I look up to, the flying dragon of the raging storm, Seo Peng." But what is this? Yona's behavior has changed. On this day, she would have comforted me. Is it because I didn't cry? Suddenly, his father appears behind him. He turns around quickly and faces him. "Father? What? My father seems different too. Is it because I'm acting differently?" As I recall, he saw me as I was asking to leave and walked away, disappointed. "Was it really not you?" his father asks. Jin thinks, was he listening to my conversation with Yeon? Did he do that in my other life too? "I knew you were pretending to be a fool, but I didn't know you wanted to leave home. If I had known. Forgive me, Jin. I ruined your life." Watching this, he continues to think, what the heck is this? My father just neglected me no matter what my brothers or their mothers did to me. Now that I stop to think about it, the maternal clans always had great influence in the Seonwoo clan. Even though my father was the clan head, he had to respect their decisions. Maybe my father just ignored me because my mother's clan didn't support me. His father questions, "Is there anything you'd like to ask of me? Could you let me go to the patriarch's library just once?" "The library? For just one day?" Jin replies, "I don't know the clan's martial arts. I want to learn, even if it's just a little before going to the battlefield. In my past life, by coincidence, I became the clan's patriarch, but I knew nothing about the clan's martial arts. Because of that, I had to steal martial arts from others. If I can learn the 3 swords of Seonwoo, I can become much stronger in this life." "You want to learn martial arts from a book in just one day?" Jin replies, "I think it's better than nothing." "Very well, I can allow that. However, it's very dangerous for you to learn cultivation techniques on your own. I will teach you myself. Sit up straight." "Pardon. Okay, father." His father touches his back and says, "What I will teach you are the arts of the supreme primordial union. Memorize what I'm about to recite. In the beginning of time, there was yin, yang, and chaos. The art of the supreme primordial union? That's something only the patriarch and his heir can learn. I should be happy about this, but I feel something strange. What is this feeling?" Jin opens his eyes. We see him in a form without his extra weight. "Ridiculous. Why would you let that lout into the library? Father, please reconsider this. If Jin perishes without having done anything, it will ruin our image. I have already made my decision. Do not speak of this again." We see him in a room. It's only for one day. Just for one day. That's more than enough. Today, I will memorize martial arts. I won't learn them, just memorize them. I was considered a genius because of my perfect memory. Even on the battlefield, I survived by using my memory to replicate my comrades' martial arts. Later, So Peng named my memorization ability photographic memories. Everything I see here will go into my head. I'll make sure none of it is wasted. First, I'll start with the art of the supreme primordial union that my father taught me, and with the 3 swords of Seonwoo, our clan's secret art. After a while, we see him collapsed. I feel like I'm going to pass out. I can't take it anymore. I managed to get everything in my head, but I have no idea what the 3 swords of Seonwoo are. I need to get some air. I'm tired. Lying down, he opens his eyes. Should I stop here? Even if I've memorized everything, I won't understand most of it. I knew it. How is someone like him going to learn martial arts? The second son replies to the eldest. I agree. I think we can get rid of that lazy piggy behavior. We see 2 girls accompanying the brothers. Who is he? He is my shameful third brother. As you can see, he looks more like a pig than a person. He's going to the demonic blood cult battlefield tomorrow. So our father gave him time to learn martial arts, but he's still just sitting there doing nothing. The girl questions, he's going to the battlefield tomorrow. Please, miss, thinks Jin. He's not worthy of your attention, miss of the Jiggle clan. Yes, he's no different from a pig. He committed crimes, so he's going to the front lines to pay for them, say the three brothers. Observing the group, Jin thinks, Gigal, could she be the celestial sword of wisdom, Gegel-Cou? The genius swordswoman who appeared in the Giggle clan, which didn't have much success in martial arts. From what I've heard, she went to several clans in search of experience. Is that why she came to our clan? The fourth brother approaches him. Brother, any progress in your martial arts learning? You entered the patriarch's library. Let us see how much you've improved. How am I going to have any progress after a single day of learning martial arts? But I'm doing my best. I'm going back inside. The fourth brother prepares to punch him. Jin raises his hand and defends the blow. The fourth brother is startled. Jin, surprised, also thinks, to think it would hurt so much to block a punch. I need to do something about this body. The other two brothers laugh as they comment, Gi, your punch was blocked by a fatso. Don't you think you're too slow? After our brother leaves, Brother Gi will receive the title of the clan's shame. Hearing this, he gets angry and rushes at Jin. He takes out his anger by landing several punches on his brother. We see Jin getting hit. But meanwhile, he thinks, what is this? I'm seeing his movements for the first time, but they seem familiar. This is the Seonwoo clan's martial art, 13 storm strikes. And so, he says, not bad. What? Not bad? It was nothing. I just spoke without thinking. What are you waiting for? Hit me more. Hit me more. The other brothers start laughing even harder. He said your attacks aren't bad. He's asking for more. I think your punches give him pleasure. Get lost, Jin says. Yeah, bring it on. While taking the hits, he thinks, I finally understand the movements I couldn't grasp just by looking at the books. This is what they're like. The form he's using, connecting punches and kicks, is the storm wave. But it's not being used correctly. He's open. Thinking this, he attacks and hits his brother's chest with his palm. The fourth son stops. They both fall to the ground. The eldest says, you got lucky, fatty. How about showing us your skills too? Jin thinks, crap. The girl from the Gigal family says, are you trying to pick on a man who's so tired he fell to the ground while your own brother is hurt on the floor? Don't you find that disappointing, Seonjin? Ah yes, of course. We were just about to take care of our brother. Jin watches while thinking, how pathetic. That includes me, since I let myself suffer at the hands of these idiots. The group leaves the area. They're finally gone. I need to do something about all this fat. A shadow covers him. Bye. I was about to. His father interrupts him as he was speaking. Good work, Jin. I'm proud. He faces his father. Did you know? Of the 4 marriages I've had, only one was by my own choice. I thought I had to do it for the good of the clan, but now I'm not so sure. He still stares at his father without saying anything. Did you read the texts of the 3 swords of Seonwoo? Jin replies. Yes, I did. I'm going to practice with the sword a bit since I haven't done it in a while. Rest a little, then go back inside. His father begins to draw his sword. Thus, with the sword in his hands, he begins to execute the movements of the technique. This is it, the 3 swords of Seonwoo. From the first form to the 13th, then back to the first form and repeating everything, only faster. I get it. He's showing me the forms of the 3 swords of Seonwoo. He's doing this for me. After the training, Jin returns to the library. I've finished reading my ancestors' journals. I believe they left some knowledge in them, but I still can't comprehend it. The forms themselves are already hard to understand. There's something wrong. Isn't there a page that's thicker than the others? He opens the book. I knew it. There's something in here. It seems to be the explanation of a form. Is it called the 14th form? There's another form on the other side. The 15th form. Could it be? At night, we see Yeon, in her room. Looking in the mirror, she combs her hair. In her mind, Gegel-Cou appears. At some point, she was just watching the girl along with her brothers. Anger grows inside her and she breaks her comb. If I just grow a little more. As she said that, she hears a conversation behind her. Oh, really? The 4th son got beat up by the 3rd son. Yeah, want to know something even funnier? What? He tried to show off in front of the miss from the Gegel clan and ended up fainting in front of her. Hearing the conversation, she opens the door angrily and startles the maids. What did you just say? Brother Gi was hurt by Brother Jin? Yes, miss. That's right. How dare he? We then see another place. Here's the information about the 3rd son of the Seonwoo clan, just as you asked, bought from the nearby Hail sect. Right, thank you. I'll pay you immediately. with the relationship we have, you don't need to pay me. But what caught your attention about that chubby guy? I was very surprised. I never thought a man from a martial arts clan would have a body like that. Did you see? His eyes seemed to be closed because of so much fat. Yes, they did, replies the other girl. She carries a teddy bear in her arms. I think he reminds you of that teddy bear you love so much. That's not why you asked me to investigate him, right? I just got interested in that last attack that defeated the fourth son. I wanted to know his past. The Miss Giggle asks, wasn't that a coincidence? The other replies, it could be. Giggle continues, well, I may be better at martial arts, but you have a better eye for things. But even so, how did you get interested in a pig who got tired after moving so little? I think your peculiar curiosity is something that even the great Ray gave up on understanding. How could I understand it? Saying this, she looks at the girl. I've always been curious. How can you see with your eye covered? The other replies, if I'm reading, it's because I can see, isn't it? The Miss Giggle says. When are you going to get rid of those bangs? I don't know why you hide your beauty. Would you prefer I got rid of my bangs? Questions the other. No. If more men paid attention to you, I'd get jealous. And that doesn't seem like a nice thing, the girl says, isn't it? Then I'll stay like this. I'm so grateful you don't like to attract attention. Good thing I'm your friend Xiang Yong. I also like how you're not like the other people from the Giggle clan, Co. You. At another moment, we see some people outside. For the honor of our clan, I hope you stay safe. I will return with even more honor for the clan. Thank you for coming to see me off, Yunha, the girl says. No need to thank me. You're going far away, so this is the least I can do. By the way, take this. What is this? She replies, rice balls. I prepared them so you could eat during your journey? Rice balls. You made them. Yes, but I can't guarantee they taste good. Thank you, Yan. Ha, you're an angel. I'll eat all of them. He gets on the horse and says goodbye. I'm off. We see the group on their way. At a certain point, he stops his horse. What is it? It's not time to rest yet. Jin looks at the man. He's the leader. He must be worried that I'll do something because I don't want to leave. The leader is Zhang Kang Sung, an unaffiliated warrior. On the ground, Jin says, from here on, I'm walking to Yunnan. The confused men ask why. He replies, I'm going to walk there to lose weight. No, what are you talking about? You're going to walk there? With that body of yours? Well, I understand your determination, but we made a contract. The longer we take, the more money we lose. And my horse? It's a great horse, but what does that have to do with anything? I can give it to you. Wouldn't the price of a horse like that be more than enough? The leader observes and says, I think that would be adequate. I want to smack this guy, thinks Jin. I'll be frank. I don't think you know this, but for a horse like that, you could ask for any price you want. It's too much just for compensation. That was unexpected, he thinks, noticing the man's honesty. Forgive me, Warrior Zhang. I had the wrong impression of such an honest man. It's an honor to be with such an excellent warrior. No, Jin interrupts him. I know very well the value of this horse, but on the battlefield I won't be able to get a good price for it, and I'm worried my determination might waver because of it. In exchange for giving you this horse, can I ask you to accompany me? Warrior Zhang thinks he's completely different from the rumors. So he says, all right, you paid a hefty price, so we'll do our best to take care of you. And so, my marathon began. It takes 3 days on horseback without rest to go from Guizhou province to Yunnan province in Guiyang. I have no doubt it's going to be extremely difficult for me. But this marathon will become the nutrients for my rebirth. I'm going to make a difference in this life, no matter what. We see him throwing up. Sir, you're not doing this just because you don't want to go, right? What are you talking about? He says. I've rested enough. Let's go. After a bit more walking, we see him collapsed on the ground. Man, was running always this hard? It hasn't even been 15 minutes, but I'm already out of strength to move a muscle. Suddenly, someone holds out a cloth to him. Use this to wipe your sweat. Ziyang, Young, I'm sorry for showing you such a shameful sight. You know me? He replies. I heard Jagal Cou say your name yesterday. Yes, as I thought. You have a great memory. Take it. I have others, so you can keep this one. Good luck. What? I'm rooting for you. With that, she begins to walk away. The men comment, incredible. I'm so jealous. You received a handkerchief from such a beautiful lady. Jin thinks there must be a reason she did that, but it doesn't change the fact that this feels good. Let's keep going. Minutes later, he throws up again. Since we're going to rest anyway, let's eat. I think we'll be eating outdoors quite often. At nightfall, we see the group around a campfire. Can I eat too? Well, that wouldn't be a problem, but didn't your sister prepare your food? Her cooking skills are not good. That was not fit for human consumption. The group laughs and comments, unbelievable. If such a beautiful lady from a family like that knew how to cook, it would be a great injustice. Whoever is going to marry her is going to have serious problems. Like you. What did you say? It seems that I wasn't made to get along with my family. Somewhere we see expired critters. Yeon, acted differently than I remembered. But since she was my only family in my past life, I was excited to see her worried look. However, for some reason I saw hatred and disgust in those eyes. I thought I had been mistaken, but now I know. It's not that Yeon, changed. I was just too foolish to realize what the problem was. From the beginning, she never cared about me, and maybe the person who took out Dan Han sang. I'm grateful to have understood my father's kindness, but I realized my sister was never on my side. Suddenly, he stands up. Can you lend me a sword? The journey to the battlefield was an endless training session. During the trip I ran, and while we rested, I wielded the sword. Instead of sleeping, I trained using internal energy methods. Considering we were getting closer and closer to the battlefield, I couldn't waste a single second. That place is the land of no return. If I don't want to perish, I have to do my best. Warrior Zhang says, in all my life, I have never seen anyone train as hard as you. I thought I couldn't make it this far, but now I see I was a fool, Jin says. I'm doing everything I can to stay alive. As he was speaking, an attack comes his way. Jin manages to dodge. Who's there? Who is the insolent one who dares to ambush us? Do you have no honor? It's funny to see people about to meet their end talk about honor. Throw away your weapons and surrender. Unless you want your head split open. This person is Mak Guzan, the Green Tiger King of the Green Tiger Fortress. Warrior Zhang asks, Green Tiger King Mak Guzan? When the fight starts, grab a horse and run. We won't be able to buy you much time, Mak Guzan thinks Jin. I remember hearing about him. Unlike other bandits, he's someone who has learned martial arts. Warrior Zhang says, I have heard about the reputation of the leader of the Green Tiger Fortress. It's an honor to meet you. We are willing to pay to pass through here. If we can resolve this with a conversation, why shed blood? Great. The price you must pay is to hand over everything you have. Your clothes, your horses, your swords, everything you have. If you leave everything behind, I won't do anything to you. His henchmen comment, Hey boss, can we play with their pretty one if they're clean? Warrior Zhang looks at Jin and says, Quick, get on the horse, we don't have time. Jin, however, says, You scoundrel, you dare attack the third son of the Xian Wu clan. You must be courting trouble. You're the third son of the Xian Wu clan, fatty, Jin replies. That's right, Green Tiger King Mak Guzan. Do you wish to dig your own grave by attacking me? Mak Guzan stares at him. What are you talking about? Are you trying to trick me? Jin replies. I am undoubtedly one of the heirs of the Xian Wu clan. This bronze emblem, the symbol of my clan, proves it. Hand it over. Let me check. You won't attack me if I get closer? Guzan. If you don't bring it here, I'll attack you right now. I'll just toss it from here, but you have to return it as soon as you're done checking. Jin tosses the item into the air. Guzan catches it. What? Yang restaurant? While he analyzes the symbol, Jin prepares for an attack. We see him perform a thrust with his sword. It hits Guzan's chest. He falls backward. It's a surprise attack. Stop him! Jin spins his sword. He dodges a blow from one of the men. He holds the sword hilt behind his back, and then he begins to execute the movements. Thus, he disarms and defeats a few opponents. Warrior Zhang says, Attack, help the young master of the Xian Wu clan. Help, he's cutting us down. Run, scatter. I missed this, my body and my soul are joyful to return to the air of a battle. After a while, the chaos ends. I'm tired, he said, throwing himself to the ground. Warrior Zhang and the rest of his group stare at him. Are you by any chance a martial arts master who got younger? What? There's no way that's possible. And even if it were, would it make sense for someone like that to fall to the ground exhausted from a little scuffle like this? Even if that's true, taking someone out without hesitation at your age isn't easy. Besides, seeing you lying on this ground full of bodies gives me the chills. I think I also saw you use sword ki. I didn't. I'm just a second-class martial artist with the equivalent of 20 years of internal energy. The Three Swords of Seonwo is a martial art that focuses on keeping the blade hidden. That's why it looks like sword ki, Zhang says. The Three Swords of Seonwo. The martial arts of prestigious clans are really different. To think that someone of the second class would show so much power because of a martial art. Besides, I only managed to gather 20 years of internal energy at the age of 40. I'm ashamed, Jin says. What internal energy method did you learn? The classic 6 unions internal energy method. That was all I could get, Jin replies. The 6 unions internal energy method. I see. Then he thinks of all the methods he could have chosen. He chose a third-rate internal energy method that you can find in any used bookstore. To be honest, I'm impressed he managed to accumulate 20 years of internal energy with that method. Zhang says, come on, let's go. His efforts are unable to shine due to not having found decent martial arts. I feel like I'm seeing myself in him back when I had to beg and copy martial arts from others. He looks at Zhang. Jin seems interested in the warrior. After that day, my marathon continued and we finally reached Yunnan province. To think it took us 9 days to get here. We took all this time so we could stay at a good inn, right? Jin thinks. This long journey lasted 9 days. Jin says to the group, since it's the last day we'll see each other, how about we have a drink? It's on me. Well, look at that. You're a great man. Young master of the Seonwu clan. A young master from a prestigious clan really knows how to be generous. He sighs. We see the group at a table. Jin questions, are you going back home after this, warrior Gong? That's right. I have children now. I don't think I can keep living this life. I told you, mercenaries like us shouldn't have children. How about you first wipe that look of envy off your face? Suddenly he hears something. Come in. We have a beautiful lady here. Isn't that the woman from before? The girl enters the place and looks towards the group's table. Isn't that the woman from before? Seong, Yong, it's good to see you again. If it's all right, why don't you sit down? Before he finishes speaking, the girl just walks past him. We see her pulling up a chair. And you didn't even let me finish. Welcome, miss. We were planning to have a few drinks. Do you want to order something to eat first? We can order food later, so I'm going to volunteer to join the front lines too. What did you just say? You want to go to the battlefield? Wait, why? Jin starts to think. A place where even the most famous martial artists fear to go, which resulted in a forced conscription, and yet a woman volunteers to go there? Miss, why are you volunteering to join the front lines? You've lost a lot of weight, haven't you? Have I? My training made me lose a bit. I guess it was enough for you to notice, she says. Yes, you've gotten much thinner. You praise me too much. It's no big deal, warrior Zhang says. The young master of the Seonwu clan worked very hard. On the way here he beat up a group of bandits. And it doesn't end there. The young master seems to be a very handsome man without all that fat. He says, I've been told I'd look quite handsome if I lost weight. I'm going out for some air. The girl stands up. Come on, drink, young master. I'll accept. Outside, we see her walking somewhere. He was so cute before. He looked exactly like my teddy bear, the chubby one. That move he showed before, as if he did it just by luck, along with the things I discovered while exploring his past. Everything about him interested me. The way he walked and how he had so little stamina that he couldn't run for even 15 minutes. I couldn't let him be taken out by people from the demonic blood cult. I need to protect him. It was my duty as someone who discovered this adorable hidden cuteness. That's why I followed him here. But I have no more reason to join the front lines, now that I stopped to think about how my family would worry about me. Right? I'll go back home tomorrow. Suddenly, she hears a sound. Someone seems to be calling for help. It was nearby. Who's there? She starts running towards the scream, but something jumps at her. Someone tries to attack her. The girl manages to dodge. He has no intention of defending himself. Then I'll make sure to end this in just one blow. The girl hits the man's back. He seems to feel no effect. Huh? He turns and starts running towards her. As he swings his sword at her, he throws the girl back. She manages to keep her balance and stop her movement. But she is extremely scared. What was that? A creep? So, he continues running towards her. She prepares herself again and tries to attack him without success. It's impossible. Who's there? One of the men from the bar arrives at the scene. He starts running towards the attacker. But as he tries to attack, his sword breaks. My sword! In sequence, the man, or what looks more like a monster, lands a blow through the man's body. The girl appears behind him and tries a surprise attack again. The same figure grabs the sword and looks at her with a malicious smile. The girl is terrified. As he tries to attack her, something flies in his direction and hits him in the face. We see the thrown object hit the ground. "Miss, are you okay?" asks Jin. "Yes, I'm fine, but he..." "Brother Yang." Jin says, "Get inside the inn now, quickly." "What are you talking about? He just took out Yang." Jin speaks again. "He's going to follow us. We can't fight out here." We see the person, or whatever it is, running towards Jin. The girl jumps in front of him and blocks the blow. Jin says again, "Get back inside." The girl continues to defend until she stumbles and loses her balance. As she falls back, we see the expression of fear on her face. The monster tries to attack her, but Jin manages to grab her and avoid the blow. What now looks even more like a monster lets out a scream. Jin makes a shushing gesture. The monster in front of him seems to lose them. Come to think of it, why has this man had his eyes closed this whole time? Could his vision? "Young master of the Xianu clan, are you all right?" Hearing this, the monster's attention is drawn. Crap! The people in the inn! Inside, we see the chaos unfolding. A person is lying on the ground. He's a monster. Jin arrives at the scene. "No, Uiga!" The monster continues its attack. Warrior Zhang can't do much. Where did a monster like this come from? "I can't do it." Jin, realizing the situation, throws something at the monster. It falls on a table. "Stay quiet, young master. Fall back." "Someone save us, owner. Notify the guards." "This is bad. If I can't get them to be quiet, no one is getting out of here alive." He's going to attack again. Jin starts running. He grabs a table and flips it, knocking objects to the floor. "Shut up!" he yells as he does it. Everyone goes quiet. The people from the bar, and also the girl. Jin looks to the side. He picks up a chair and throws it somewhere. As soon as it hits the ground, the monster turns. One of the people tries to scream, but is stopped by one of the men. She needs to be restrained because of her fear. "Darn it, is there anything I can throw to make noise?" As he was thinking this, the girl again jumps towards the monster. She tries to attack it with her sword, but it simply blocks it and throws her far away. She lands on the ground and again goes on the attack. We see another movement of her sword. While attacking, she says, "Explain the situation." Jin takes advantage of the opening. He can only locate people through sound. "Don't make a noise, not even when you breathe." The person who needed to be restrained now silences herself on her own. However, staying silent won't change anything. If he realizes he can't rely on sound, he'll use his sense of smell. We need to finish him before that. To do that, first, I need to get his attention. If it's now while he's focused on Xiang Yang, then the girl notices something. Jin is making a gesture for her to be quiet. Everyone stands still for a moment, until Jin starts running. I'll get his attention with noise before I get close to him. If the sounds come from multiple directions at once, he won't know what to do. And then, I'll get close to him. Something breaks, and the monster turns. Warrior Zhang looks to the side. Jin gets closer while thinking, "Yes, good. I can't make any mistakes. If those hands touch me, my fragile body will be torn to pieces." He slowly reaches his hand towards its neck. But someone makes a sound. We see it's the innkeeper. The sound reaches the monster's ears. It turns towards Jin. The boy realizes his plan has failed. The monster seems to notice him. The monster starts walking. The girl becomes apprehensive and runs towards him. Jin thinks, "Darn it, there's no way for me to retreat further." So he places his hand on the monster's eyelid and opens its eyes. The monster screams and the girl is startled by what she sees. After sticking his finger in the monster's eye, he pushes it with his body. The mouth. Hit its mouth. As soon as he says that, the girl thinks, right? Even if my aura sword can't pierce its body, the inside of the mouth might be vulnerable. We see her body covered in aura, and she jumps towards it. Her sword hits the inside of the monster's mouth. We see blood dripping, and she stands on top of the body. Jin holds his hand. The girl looks at him. The two finish the job. We see the monster's hand twitching, and then the movement ceases. The two breathe heavily. The rest of the group just watches. After that, we see some people who perished outside, their faces covered by a cloth. The group stops in front of their former companions. Warrior Zhang notices something. Are you leaving now? Jin replies, it's a long way, so I plan to leave soon. Go safely, young Master Xianwu. I pray that you will be blessed on the battlefield. He thanks him. Thank you. I will pray for your health as well. Warrior Zhang, Warrior Zhong, and Warrior Gong. I hope you build a happy family. Originally, I had 5 volumes made of this, but I never imagined I would give them to only 3 of you. Saying this, he hands over 3 books. What is this? Asks Zhang. It's nothing too grand, but it will be better than the method you currently use. Better than the method I use? Don't tell me. Jin says, yes, it's called the bowel mind method. I also included some sword techniques I knew at the end. There's nothing too special in there, but I think it will be useful. The bowel mind method, the same technique that Captain So Peng found somewhere and gave me to learn in my past life. The same art that took a man with almost no internal energy to the level of Yugapcha in less than 10 years. In other words, the technique that made me a warrior of the highest caliber. Young master, why are you doing this? How could we ever repay this kindness? Jin replies, we connected in a deep way and walked the line between life and its end together. Doesn't that make us friends? It's simply something I have no more use for, so it's not such an incredible gesture to gift it to my friends. Young master. Now I must be on my way. If I delay any longer, it will take all day just to cross a few hills. I look forward to the day we meet again as first-rate warriors. Warrior Zhang says, I will make sure to achieve the status of a first-class warrior and seek you out again, young master. When that day comes, let's have a drink in celebration. Thus, he departs with the girl. She says, I have never seen a martial artist share their techniques with an outsider. You are a peculiar person, young master. It's not a secret technique of the Xianwu family, so I guess it doesn't matter much, does it? Miss, are you truly determined to go to the front lines? The front lines are filled with countless monsters like the ones we saw yesterday, impenetrable to the aura sword. You could really perish. I thought a lot about it yesterday, but I still feel that going is the right decision. If, as the young master said, countless creatures like that are emerging from the front lines, then it means someone is fighting them there right now, isn't it? If I went back now, I would be intentionally turning a blind eye to their fight, wouldn't I? That's not the kind of life I wanted when I learned martial arts, and my father didn't raise me that way. Young Master Xianwu, what do you see when you look at me? Do you see a woman or a warrior? Jin thinks, a question asked without any hesitation, and to think I was treating a warrior like her as a harmless little girl. It seems I misunderstood your convictions, miss. I offer you my sincere apologies. I accept your apology. You are quick to admit your fault and apologize, young master. He smiles at her. We see the Hunan front against the blood demon cult. A man is struck in the chest. He falls to the ground while a woman tries to free herself from another man. How dare you get distracted? With me, the eldest, right behind you. In the trees, we see more people. All of them are from the blood demon cult. That little thing I just took out was your lover. Don't worry, I'll make you forget about that bum very soon. The one saying this is Jimak, the first of the Sansachil Jung. Look at this wench, brother. My mouth is already watering. The one saying this is Gil Wojio, the second of the Sansochil Rayung. Suddenly, smoke rises. One of the men notices the person responsible. They've released a red signal, so those annoying things will show up here soon. Let's grab one more of them before we get out of here. We see a group of girls preparing to defend themselves. The Sang, Seoshil Hayung, group begins to attack them, but they are in a defensive position. Hold on, the captain will be here soon. As she says this, the girl defends one of the blows. Do you think that will be enough? The battle continues. We see one of the women looking apprehensive, and the first of the son, Seo Shiyu Hyung, looking up. A person appears, practically flying. This is the Flying Dragon of the 13th Division, 4th Squad Captain, Mount of Ankang and Sword of the Eagle, Ma Yuzhong.